Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Reverts are a very unique people. You can just look over here at the lovely sisters and you can see all very unique. We all come from very different backgrounds and we all have our own very unique stories, and this is my story about my journey to Islam. My name is Nicole Botha. A lot of people get my surname wrong, and I'm turning 20 this year. I'm also a second-year law student at UWC, alhamdulillah. And yesterday I was Muslim for 9 months, alhamdulillah, and today it's 9 months and a day. Yeah. And I also attend Islamic classes part-time. So I'm just going to give you a bit of background. I was raised in a Catholic home. I did all the sacraments other than marriage in the Catholic Church, and I think death is another sacrament that I didn't complete. So I was baptized, I did my first confession, first Holy Communion, and I was confirmed in the Catholic Church. And I attended Sunday school, and I asked a lot of questions, and I never received the answers that I wanted. And I was also raised by a single mother, and I'm very grateful for all that she has done for me, because she tried her best, you know. It's very difficult, especially here in South Africa. There are loads of single mothers. So maybe someone can relate in the audience, like my friend over there, Nashita. It's very difficult being a single mother and a child to a single parent. I grew up in Ottery. There are a lot of Muslim people there, and there's a mosque very close to my house, but it didn't really inspire me to embrace Islam, unfortunately. Like, I can hear the adhan from my bedroom, but it didn't spark my interest in Islam. So when I was in high school, I attended a girls' school for 13 years. And when I was in high school, I was bullied a lot. I wasn't the smartest person, but I was slightly above average. And this one girl, she felt threatened by me, and she bullied me as a result of that. And so I didn't really have a good time in high school. And the friends that I had, the female friends that I had, they weren't very close. They didn't care about me. Like, not even how are you. When I saw them, they didn't ask how I was. They didn't care what I did on the weekend. So they weren't really good friends. And in matric, I found myself becoming very lost and trying to find something to fill the void inside of me. And I searched and I didn't find it. I hurt myself in the process, still didn't find what I was looking for. So when I started university, I was looking for friends, but male friends in particular, because I didn't want to be around those nasty girls anymore from high school. So I became friends with 2 Muslim brothers, and this is where it gets interesting. I was still Catholic at the time, and I was quite a good Catholic, I guess. And I used to debate a lot with these 2 brothers. I felt so sorry for them. I was so feisty, you don't even understand. I used to do research about Islam just to back up my debates. It was very intense. And then there was a point in time when I stopped looking at the bad about Islam. The bad? Bad. Like, I thought hijab was bad. That was the bad part. And having multiple wives, you know, the usual, why people think Islam is oppressive. So I stopped looking at the bad and I started seeing so much good in Islam. And I figured out that this is what I've been searching for my whole life, you know. I went on a bad path and now I found Islam. And so in February, that's when university started. I decided by mid-Feb that I wanted to become Muslim, but I was very scared. Like, I used to tell my friends, okay, I'll become Muslim, but I'm not going to wear the scarf, and I'm going to still wear like my clothes. I'm going to still wear my normal clothes. obviously that didn't happen. Yeah, so I had a lot of reservations. Like, I was like, okay, I'll become Muslim, but I'm going to still do this and that and the other thing. And then, yeah. So in June, I eventually told my family that I wanted to become Muslim, not Islam. And back in Feb, I stopped eating pork and I stopped drinking. That was like my beginning Muslim phase. And my mom, like, she suspected something because I was only hanging out with those two Muslim brothers. She was like, what on earth is happening? And I was like, how do you feel about me marrying a Muslim? I'm not married, I'm not getting married, but I just, just putting it out there. She didn't react well at all, yeah. So in June, I eventually, found the courage to tell my parents that I wanted to become Muslim. And that didn't go very well. I hadn't taken my shahada at the time, so I was still non-Muslim. So I told my parents, listen, I would like to become Muslim. I even had a friend there for moral support. That's how scared I was. And so the reaction wasn't good at all. I had to move out of my house. My mom gave me an ultimatum. She said, listen, Nicole, you can either stay Catholic and live at home with me, or you can move out and do whatever you want. So I was like, oh no, oh no. Should I stay at home? Should I stay Catholic? Or should I go? Is Islam for me? So I decided to move out for a month. During Ramadan, I left the night of Ramadan starting, the night before Ramadan started, yeah. And I stayed with two different friends, and I went back home just before Ramadan ended, so before Eid and before my birthday, which is the 9th of July. And I happened to take Shahada on my birthday, the 9th of July, last year. Yeah, so I kind of planned it for my birthday because I was like, I kept putting it off. I was like, no, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. So my birthday was like a firm date. I had to, go through with it. So parents now, relationship is not good, but it's better than when I moved out, alhamdulillah. And every day is a struggle. Like just after I embraced Islam, I think there was a period of time where I didn't wear hijab for about a month or so. And after that, I tried wearing hijab on campus, and that's when I got all the weird questions. Nicole, did you get married? Are you engaged? Are you pregnant? I'm not. It's people, the assumptions about why Muslim women embrace Islam, it's completely distorted, and Maaf, my mind is blank at the moment. That's why I have this piece of paper. Okay, so I really struggled to wear hijab. There were days I would sit in my car and I would be crying. I was like, I don't want to wear hijab today, like that. It was really, because of all the comments I got on campus, people used to look at me, laugh at me. It was quite traumatic. Hijab wasn't a good thing back then. But now it's a lot better, alhamdulillah. And soon after I embraced Islam, I started going to classes at Discover Islam. And I learned how to make salah there by November, alhamdulillah. And I remember the first time I got the Fatiha, Surah Al-Fatiha right. I was so happy. Because of my accent and Arabic, you can get a lot wrong. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And I also recently joined a fiqh class. At the moment we're doing fiqh of nikah, which is quite nice. Yeah. And I also, I wasn't hinting at anything. Oh my word. And today I joined a madrasa. They're like little children there. But I honestly don't mind learning Arabic around 11 or 12-year-olds because I just need to learn Arabic. I need to get it done. I need to be one step ahead of where I was, yesterday. Yeah, so struggles at home. yeah, my mom and I, we fight about food a lot. I know it sounds very weird, but we fight about food a lot. Like, when we go out to family, I usually have to take my own food. And my mom, like, she has issue. Like, I take issue with going to family events when there's alcohol involved. Yeah, so I don't usually go. So that causes a lot of conflict. Yeah, and I'm very strict about restaurants. I don't go to non-halal restaurants or halal-friendly restaurants. And my mother wants to like pull her hair out every time I say, no, I can't go there, I can't go there. Yeah. So that's basically my journey to Islam. And I was asked to be the Amira of this organization, which is amazing. Because as a revert, I know there are days when I just need someone to talk to. And my family, when I'm around them, they comment about how I dress, how I eat. Like when a male comes into the house, I run. They don't understand. So they don't, like, no one understands you like a Muslim would. So I'm very grateful to be part of this organization because fellow Muslims will be helping out new Muslims like myself. But I'm becoming an old Muslim now. So I don't think I need the support as much. But shukran for listening to me.